Hello and welcome to my studio. My name is Ido Agassi and today I want to show you 3 ways to cover your book with paper to protect it. I'm sure that just like me, you are receiving text messages and lists of things that you need to prepare for your kids for going back to school. Just yesterday, my son told me, Dad, I need new school notebooks. I need to cover some textbooks and I need a new binder. It's a good thing that I'm a binder. I'm not new, but still. So to help you and help my son, I want to show you 3 ways of covering your books with paper to protect it when you're putting it inside your backpack. I'm going to go from the easiest to a more complex cover that I'm sure you would love. So for this tutorial, what we would need is paper for covering. So we have 3 colors of paper. I'm going to use scissors or craft knife. You can also use that. We would need a ruler for measuring. We would need a bone folder because that's what I use the most, but you don't need to buy a bone folder. You could just use your fingernails or just take something like a back of a knife just to fold the paper. And also we would need a bit of double-sided tape. So let me clear out everything and we will start working. Let's start with the first method. This is called a dust jacket or just a jacket. You can see it in hardcover books and also in softcover. What you want the paper to be as the height of the book, exactly the same. You can do it 1-2 millimeters more, but not less, because then you'll see the paper and it won't protect it. We want it as the book with the spine to calculate and 2/3 of the width of the book, because when we are going to fold it inside, we want the fold to hold when you open the book. And now I want to start with a great tip, how to know the thickness of the spine and everything would be centered without starting to measure with a ruler. I'll move it here and I'm just going to put the book at the edge here. I'll take a pencil or a pen and just mark a small mark here. And this is going to be my first fold. I'm going to bring it to the mark. See, everything is straight here. I'm going to first fold with my hand and then with the bone folder or just with my fingernail. This is my first fold. Now I'm going to take the book, insert it inside, flip it over because I have one good fold here, straight fold. And now I'm going to move my hand across the spine until I feel it is folded nicely. I'm moving the book, taking down the paper. Now I need to check that it is straight on both sides, folding first with my hand and then with the bone folder. And let me check, I'm going to shove it inside here and see it is exactly straight. Now I'm going to flip it like this and I'm going to hold it down on the edge of the book, like so. When I see I have a nice fold here, I'm going to open the cover, folding first with my hand and fold it completely, open the book and insert it inside. This is one side. Now I'm going to fold it like this on the other side. When I see it is folded nicely and I can see the mark, I'm going to open it. See, everything is straight. Fold first with my hand. I'm folding first with my hand because if I need to do some kind of correction, I can do it now. And after doing it with the bone folder, the crease is very strong and then it would leave a mark. So let me close it. And we have a jacket. It protects the book. And this is a great and simple solution. Let me move on to the second method. The gray is outside, so I want the black inside. I'll line it up here. I'll bring my book. And what I did is I added 3 centimeters on bottom and top, and also 3 millimeters more than the book itself. The sides are 2/3 of the width of the book. Okay, so you need the front, spine, and the back, and then to add 2/3 of the width of the book. What I'm going to do is mark 3 centimeters from one side in 2 points. I'll put my ruler between the marks and fold the paper to the ruler. I'm folding first with my hand and then I'm folding with my Bonefolder. Let me do the other side. I'm folding the paper and then working with my Bonefolder. Okay, up until now. Now again, the trick of knowing where the middle is. I'm going to take my book, put it over here up until the edge, and then when I'm going to mark here with a pencil, that is going to be the center minus my spine. So then each spine would be different. I'm bringing it to my mark and making a fold. I'm making sure everything is straight, making a fold first with my hand, not very strong because I want to make sure everything is straight, and then I can work with my Bonefolder. I'll open it up, open this also, flip it over. Now I have a nice fold here. I'm going to bring my book like we made the jacket, and I'm going to fold it to make my spine visible. I'm going to move the book and then take down the paper toward the mark I just made, making sure everything is straight and folding. Now I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to mark 1 centimeter from each side of the spine. So 1 centimeter here and 1 centimeter here. Now I can take my scissors and make a cut up until my fold, or I can take my craft knife and just make a cut like this, and I'm going to fold it inside. Let me do the other side. I'm going to line it up with my table because this is 1 centimeter, and I'm going to cut here, and I'm cutting this one, and I'm folding it inside. Now I'll bring my book. I'm going to put it here near the spine. Let me flip it to this direction. And when I see the spine is connected nicely, I'm going to make a fold, really feeling that the fold is here. I'll flip it over to the other side and make a fold. Okay, you want it visible so you can afterwards fold it to itself. I'm going to open it and make the fold completely, making sure that these folds are aligned, and then I know this one is also straight. Let's do this to the other side. Bring it to the fold, see here and here it's straight, and fold it completely. Now what I'm going to do is open this, fold this inside, and fold this on it. And that is actually making us a small pocket here. Let's do it to the other side. Folding, folding the other side, and folding it to it. Now what I want to do is glue this side to this side. So I'll take my double-sided tape and connect one here and one here. I'm going to peel it off. Make sure it's straight here and connect. Making sure it's straight here and connecting. I'll do the other side. What's important for me is for you to glue the paper to itself and not to connect it to the book block, because I don't know what kind of book you are going to cover. and maybe it is a book that has value and you want to protect it, not to afterwards have glue on the book itself. We want all the time to protect our books. 1 and 2, making sure it is straight. Now I'm going to take my book, and it is always easier on the first side. I'm going to insert the beginning of the book inside this sleeve here, and close it and slide it inside. And now I'm going to work on the other side. I'm going to just take it down, make sure it goes inside the sleeve here. Nicely done. Inside, closing it, and look how beautiful. We have a great cover for the book. It protects all around, and when you open it, it holds it nicely, and it has the room to open and close. So I'll move this aside. I'll move on to the third option, which I love. I'll bring the text block. Here, what I did is I have the width of my ruler, which is 3 centimeters on bottom, on top, and around 3 millimeters more because I wanted a little bit bigger than the book itself. About the sides, we would need also 3 centimeters, but it is cut a bit bigger, and then I will trim it. But you can also, if you work with inches, you can work, let's say, at least 1 inch all around, okay? So the first thing I would do, I'll bring my ruler, and I'm going to mark 3 centimeters as my ruler. I'll mark here also. Let me flip it over like this. I'll put my ruler between the marks. I'll take my bone folder, lift the paper, and bring it to the ruler. And then fold first with my hands, and then fold completely. Let me do the other side. After I feel there's a sharp fold, I'm folding with my hands, and then you can work with the bone folder. So this is quite simple up until now, right? 2 folds, and they are exactly the same. This is important, okay? Now I'm going to take my text block, and I'm going to bring it until the edge and do my trick of marking where I want it to be. And then I'm going to fold up until my mark. See that it's straight, and fold it. Great. I'll open it up. I'll take my book, flip it over, because I have 1 fold, and I'm going to do my second fold like this. I'm taking my fingers and just bringing it to the book, moving the book, and then making sure it is straight here, and folding it completely. So now I have the spine. I'm going to put this to make sure. Looks great. Now I'm going to take my ruler and mark 1 centimeter from this side and 1 centimeter from this side. I can cut it with scissors like this up until my fold, and I can take a knife and just cut it with a knife, and I'm going to fold it inside. I'll do the other side. This is 1, and this is 2, and I'm going to fold it inside. Now I'm going to bring my book, and I'm going to open the beginning or the end, and folding both sides and closing the book. Now let's do the other side. I'm going to fold it to itself and close it, making sure all the folds are looking nice, and they do. Great. Now, you see that it's exactly the same, the trick of how to find the center according to your spine. I love this trick. Now, what I'm going to do is fold the paper towards the book block to give me a mark. Let's do it to the other side. I'm going to fold it. Great. Now I'm going to open and take out the book entirely because I want to show you the next stage. I'm going to fold this like my marks. Exactly. And over here, like my marks. Making sure it is straight with my folds. Now the trick. I'm going to take my ruler and cut it 3 centimeters because this is 3 centimeters. I want it exactly the same. So I'm going to cut 1 and 2. That is why I'm cutting it last, because I wanted the extra to make it exactly the same. Now, what I'm going to do is fold this inside, and you see these fold marks? These are going to touch the fold marks on the other side. So I'm going to align it exactly the same. I'll take my bone folder and fold it. Let me do it here also. I'm folding it until the marks are aligned exactly, this fold and this fold. Let me do this to this corner also, bringing and making sure it is exactly in this fold and exactly in this fold. Looking good. And the last one. Great. Now, when I'm going to fold it inside, it is going to touch one another and give it a beautiful ending. You see how sharp and beautiful this is? Now I'm going to take my book block and look what I'm doing. I'm taking the cover and putting it underneath the square here. Okay, underneath the square. So now I'm going to fold one side, second side, and the front. And close it. And let me do it to the other side. I'm like sliding it underneath the 2 squares here. And now I'm going to close this side and the front side. Look how beautiful it is turning to be. And I love the ending and how it sits one on top of the other. If you want, you can add double-sided tape, peel it off, and then you can fold one and the second one, and you can add this exactly into place. I love the finish here. And you can also leave it open like this. What is important for me is don't glue on the book itself. You can glue it inside on the paper, and that would protect the book inside. So now here we are with these 3 options. One with this beautiful ending to the corners, one with a small pocket that holds the beginning and end of the cover, and one with the dust jacket. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want me to make more videos about preparing for school and things like that, write me in the comments. Thank you for being here and for watching. Consider subscribing if you are interested in things related to bookbinding, box making, and the cover of text blocks. And I'll see you in my next video.